Hello, this is Mary from Mary's Home Sweet Home Creations, and I'm going to be doing chocolate chip cookies today. I am using gluten-free products, so they're going to be all gluten-free, and we're going to see how they compare to a regular chocolate chip cookie. I have not used this flour before, but I know that it's gluten-free because of the way that it's marked. And the baking soda is also a gluten-free product. So I will show you what those products are. We're using the recipe right off of the flour that I'm using, since it's all calculated in to make it taste good and to bake well. So I'm going to go ahead and use that recipe today and see how it comes out. And so I'm going to turn you over here so I can show you the products first. And in the mixing bowl, I have already put the brown sugar and the 1 cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of white sugar. They put 16 tablespoons of butter, which is actually 2 cubes, which is a cup. So any way you look at it, that's what you get. And then we put the baking soda, vanilla, and salt in. Okay. And we're going to put the eggs and the flour in next after we mix that up. So this is the flour that we're using today. See, it says gluten-free, vegan. Also, if you're vegan, you can use this flour. It's all-purpose flour. See, and it has the gluten-free symbol at the bottom. Right there. And this is the recipe that we're going to be using off of the bag here. It's kind of blurry in the camera there. This way. And that's a chocolate chip cookie. There's a banana bread recipe also that I'm going to try next. And on this recipe, we used the 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda. And then we're going to put 2 eggs, 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, and then the chocolate chips. And they bake at 350 for 12 to 15 minutes. So it's about the same as any chocolate chip cookie. And so since we added the other ingredients already, I'm going to bring it over here to the other side. This is the baking soda that is gluten-free. And can you see that? It's called Bob's Red Mill. And I think a lot of that brand name are gluten-free products. Okay. So if you're looking for gluten-free products, that's one of the brands that they use. I was also going to show you this. My brown sugar bowls. I put the little ceramic, they're made for brown sugar, and this one has a little gingerbread on it. They have different things on the symbols on them, but you soak it in water and then you put it in your brown sugar, and guess what? It keeps it from getting hard. So if you've ever had that problem where your brown sugar gets hard, these little items work well, and you can get those like in a kitchen store somewhere. I think I was given this as a gift, so I can't tell you exactly what store, but you probably find them online also. Okay, so I'm going to swing you around here to this side where the mixer is. And we're going to whip up the butter and the sugar, the baking soda, and the salt. Well, would help if I plugged it in, since I haven't used it recently. I obviously unplugged it. Okay, so let's see if you can see that. I need to bring it a little bit closer there. Too close. I think I just need to turn this camera down a little. Okay, so we have the butter and the sugar and all that in. We're going to go ahead and slowly start the mixer. Remember, I said that before in some of my videos, you don't want to just blast it. You want to start out slow. And I need to get my spatula. Okay, then we're going to crank it up a little more. So as that is mixing, I can add my 2 eggs to that. I usually stop it to do this, but today I'm being brave, or maybe not brave. Maybe just in a hurry or something. Okay. And then we're going to go up just a little more. Okay, so we need to just 2 1/4 cup of flour. So we're going to stop a little bit, and we're going to take our spatula and make sure the sides aren't holding some product up there somewhere. Bring it all down. Just make sure it gets all mixed in. And make sure you get the rest off. Now, you can use the paddle, but this one is pretty loose, so I'm going to use my finger for that. Put it back on the paddle. I'm going to get all the ingredients. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and start adding the flour. I'll get it going. Okay, so we need 2 1/4 cups of the flour, and this is the non-gluten flour. And I'm going to tell you what. There we go. It's made with the brown rice flour, tapioca starch, white rice flour, potato starch, and sorghum and flour, and arrowroot starch, sorghum, sweet rice flour, and rice bran. So all of those are in this product. So it's a combination of things. And this product, line. They make a lot of other gluten-free things. They make mixes and other flours that are specific for certain things. So I looked her up. So that was 1 cup. I'm going to turn it up a little, mix that in. Turn it down and put in another cup. Okay, and then we're going to put in 1/4 cup. Mix that up a little bit more. Okay, 1/4 cup. Whoop. Should have turned that down a little. Got a little wild there. I thought the 1/4 cup was small enough it wouldn't do that, but guess what? It does. Okay, so now we have all the flour in. Mix it up a little bit, and on this recipe, the chocolate chip, it says 2 cups, and then you can do walnuts or other type of nuts if you'd like. That's optional. I don't usually put nuts in my chocolate chip cookies, and everybody eats them better if there's no nuts in them. So we'll just do the 2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm going to scrape the bowl one more time, make sure the flour is all in there. Alrighty. And then we will put in those chocolate chips. Now the chocolate chips, you don't have to mix very vigorously because they just get broken up in there. So we're just going to go ahead and put 1 cup. Two cups. Okay, and I'm using the Toll House chocolate semi-sweet. I like those. And some people like the smaller chips and the different types of chips. You can use probably anything you want with that. Okay, so we're just going to keep it on low just to mix in those chocolate chips. Maybe a little more. Okay, so this is a pretty soft dough, as you can see. So we're going to use the scooper that I love so much to do the pan, put them on the pan. And they suggest you use parchment paper, which I would probably do, but I have air bake pans, which I love, and I don't usually have to put anything on them. They just get cleaned in between with, you don't want to submerge the air bake. That becomes a problem if they get submerged in water and the water gets in between. Then you have pans that start leaking water into your oven and causing a big problem. So you're supposed to just wipe them off and then dry them, wipe and dry them, not submerge them. Okay? So now I'm going to take you back over here to this side and see if I can set you up here to see. Okay, so the air bake pans, I think I've showed them to you before. This is what they look like. And the air bake pans, like I said, you don't want to submerge them because there's two sides to this. And the other side can get water in it if you submerge them. So these aren't brand new, but I like them because they're big. I can put a lot of cookies on one sheet, so I have two big ones like that. And then I have the racks, and the racks I put on the top of the stove to cool the cookies when they're done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start using the scoop and putting on those, and I will come back to show you. Okay, so this is the pan. I made them pretty big today because I decided I wanted to make large chocolate chip cookies. And I used my bigger scooper. Remember, I have a littler one I use for smaller cookies and meatballs. But this one makes big giant cookies. And I'm pretty sure these are going to spread a lot, so we'll see. I'll put a pan in and then show them to you. Okay, so while we're waiting for the chocolate chip cookies to get done in the oven, I know I haven't shared a lot with you lately. I've been just cooking or doing whatever I'm doing pretty quickly. And so I just wanted to share with you today a little bit about my hair situation. I did let my hair grow out gray all the way except for the very tips and the back. Of course, I didn't cut it all off. But I looked a lot like my cat's mother. I did not like it, and I tried for a week not to color my hair, but couldn't do it. So then I had it colored again. My hairdresser is my husband, but something went awry and it didn't actually cover some of it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to try it again, even though I probably should stop doing it. I'm probably too vain, and that's why I can't just go gray. But anyway, so if you see a lot of weird things going on with my hair, that's what's happening. But I saw this the other day, and I thought it was a great tip for parents. And since I've been doing parenting videos and trying to help parents learn some new skills and maybe to be more aware of things that are going on for them and their children, this just popped up on my little calendar, and it says, don't allow anything in your life that you don't want reproduced in your children's lives. Father, help me remember this day that younger eyes are watching my behavior. Please help me be the example that will be pleasing to you and that will draw others to you. Amen. So the interesting thing about that is, as a grandmother, you have an idea of what it's going to be like to be a grandmother, but there's more to it than I realized. And sometimes you start seeing things in your children that you recognize about yourself and how they're parenting. And hang on one second. And even though you know how to parent, we all make mistakes, and we all don't do it perfectly, and we can try our best to do it right and try and learn as much as we can. But there's always going to be some mistakes that we make, and as we get older and we become grandparents, we get to find out exactly what this little saying meant. What you do in front of your kids, how you act in front of your kids, the things you say, the words you use, they all come back to you, even if you didn't realize it till you're a grandma. So, just wanted to share that with you. And if you're a mommy or daddy or caregiver of children, just love them and try and remember that everything you do and say, they're watching. So, I'm going to go ahead and take these out since they beeped and show you what that looks like. Bring that back down here. Okay, so there they are, the giant chocolate chip cookies. Well, they're not giant, but they're pretty big. If you've listened to my videos, you know that I grew up in a bakery family. We had bakery business, is more than one. And so my dad used to make some cookies that were like maybe twice this big, maybe half this big. And he would use the cookie cutters on his, so his dough was a little stiffer. And they were really pretty cookies. These ones are pretty. They're not quite as uniform as some of the times when I make the littler ones. But I think we need to let these cool a little before I take them off. I might be able to get one off here. That one's a little smaller. Okay. So, but I'm going to let these cool a little before I take them off the pan. Because this one even started to break there. And I'm going to take a bite of this one and tell you how good it is. Hopefully this is really good. Hopefully, because I don't want to spit food out in front of you. You can't really go wrong with chocolate chips in there. It tastes pretty much like my other chocolate chip cookies. Only these are gluten-free and vegan. If you're vegan, you can eat these. I think they substitute some things in this flour, it says, for eggs or the butter, I think. So there are substitutes for those things if you can't have any of those. And leaving the nuts out for some people is good because they can't eat nuts. But I have more dough to go and make some more of these. I might try making them a little smaller this next batch. But I'm going to post some pictures for you on Facebook so you can see the products again, and I'll put the recipe on there. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're enjoying this beautiful fall. We're not quite into winter here in Montana, and the weather's like perfect for me. I don't like really hot, and I don't love really cold, but I've lived here a long time now, so I'm used to it. So all of you have a great night. Enjoy your families and enjoy your children, and just love whoever's there in front of you in your life, because we all need that. Bye-bye.